everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Faren, your fashion guru, and today we're going to be making, today is the last day to the So Sustainable Christmas gift projects. I feel like we're going to be going out with a bang. We have reimagined a regular old cotton bath mat, and we have made it into a stylish backpack. Get this, it's not just a backpack. It's also a shoulder bag. Oh my God. Let's get started. So this is my fashion studio. My name is Faren. There is this trend towards fuzziness or fuzzy bags. Actually, fuzzy bags, faux fur fuzzy bags. I was just really inspired by the materials that I had around my house. One of them being a plethora of bath mats. And I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I must have stayed up all night just sewing this thing and figuring it out for you. This pattern is just rectangles. It's super easy. You can see it right here on the screen. Boom, boom, bam. We have our rug, which is the biggest piece. We have the top facing, or the top hem, and then we have the side pieces and the rectangles for the pulls and the draw cord. We're gonna call it a draw cord spacer, okay? What you're gonna need is some cotton cord or some sort of cording or rope. I highly recommend going to this woman. I can't pronounce the name. I'm definitely not sponsored, but if I see something that is really good and high quality, I'm gonna share it with you guys. Go check out her Etsy shop. Go do that. There is one other thing that you're gonna need, just some cotton strips. We're gonna use them for the binding of the hem. If your rug is a bit too flimsy, you may wanna fuse it with some interfacing of some sort, just to give it some structure. It seemed to help when I did it. We're gonna go to the machine. The first thing we're gonna do is these little side panels, and we're just gonna hem these pieces to prep them, okay? Get your pieces, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna double turn the hem 1/4 of an inch, so 1/2 inch seam allowance. And obviously we're gonna do both pieces. All right, so I don't have to show you how to hem, do I? It looks like that. It's 1/4 of an inch, but you guys already know that. The next thing we have to do is sew the body. I changed my presser foot to a zipper foot in order for me to get as close as possible to the pile when I sew. These are our markings right here for our draw cord. As you can see, they're not very big. They're only 1/2 inch. We just sew from here to the point, here to the point, here to the point. So what I did was I started and stopped my stitches at those points in order for the draw cord to come through. So you're essentially making kind of like a buttonhole or a hole with a seam. Ingenious, right? The measurement between here is 3.5 inches. This side is about 2 inches. So 2 inches and 2 inches and 3.5. You do the same function on the other side, right? It works. So the next thing we're gonna do is take this binding, which is 1.5 inches wide. Basically, we're just gonna be binding the hem so we don't have to do this later on. We're gonna be sewing this at 1/4 of an inch and then just turning it and then doing a stitch in the ditch kind of thing, just to hold the binding back. And it also looks really nice. What I'm doing now is I'm gonna be sewing down the seam allowance of the bag. I'm gonna be top stitching that at 1/4 of an inch on the wrong side so that it stays down. So when you're putting your draw cord in and out, it doesn't go flopping around. Now for the exciting part, we're gonna be putting the sides onto this bag. This is the bottom of our bag right here that we've marked. And so what I need to do is just line that up 1/2 inch above that line. Doesn't matter about this raw edge, don't worry about that. It's gonna get enclosed in the casing much later. And then you go all the way up to the top here and you fold this over 1 1/4 inches or 1 inch, whatever it is. What we're going to be doing is we're going to stitch all of this together. That includes the hem allowance as well. Now you're already done your hem and they're connected and it's all clean and it's finished. And you do this to the other 4 sides. That's it. This is the center of the bottom of my bag, right? I place the side panel a 1/2 inch up from the pin and I'm just holding that and I'm matching up where my piece should go. Okay, so I have that much left to turn over. I turn it over my piece and this is what I put in the sewing machine, just at a 1/2 inch. Okay, but I'm sewing from this side. We're turning it onto the right side. Beautiful. You could also hand stitch this, which might be kind of nice because then you won't see the top stitching from the top. I'm gonna top stitch it. The next thing we're gonna do is top stitch the side panels and clean finish and give everything a bit of a structure. Now we have to go around the curve and up to the other sides. So this is great because it actually hems the bottom area that we left open. It looks great. I am super stoked for this. Whoop, whoop. The fun part now is adding the draw cord and seeing it all come together. This is the front of the bag. Just find your holes and feed one of the ends through the hole. Right on over to the back. Okay. Okay, do the other side. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna find the equal length. Okay, that looks good. And then what we do is we feed these guys through the holes that we left open on the bottom. Don't worry, because you can pick them up from the inside. Same on the other side. And then we go into the bag to pick them up. So we're gonna go to the sewing machine to stitch these guys together. Take the 2 pieces of your rope, put it in the center, and I just wrap the piece around. This piece has to go to the bottom of your bag, and then just placing that in the center. We're just going to secure this by doing a casing. So stick all of this in and this, and then we're just going to be top stitching here with our zipper foot. Let's just back tack and call it a day. We're making this little handle for the rope. We're folding up a 1/2 inch on each side and then a 1/4 inch on the lengthwise grain. Stick that around the rope. You have to stitch super duper close with your zipper foot. The last piece we're going to be sewing, the little draw cord slider. We're just going to be stitching at a 1/4 inch on each side and then flipping it on to the other side. We'll flip this guy onto the other side. Take your draw cord, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be wrapping this around one side and then wrapping it around the other side. And this actually is already clean finished for you. We're done. Check that out. Wow. Wow. And who knew this would be from a bath rug? I really hope you guys make this for one of your special people in your life. And if you do, we would love to see it. Tag us on Instagram at LTRL Trend. You can also join us on our Telegram group. We share our photos there. We can also talk in real time. And keeping with the theme of Christmas, I also have a Christmas wish. It really is for you to subscribe to the channel. It's really simple and it's free. I wanted to know from you if you guys liked these themed Christmas sewing projects. And if so, what other projects would you like to see? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and happy holidays from me to you. Bye. That's all I hear.